Welcome to Channel 6. Once more, we're bringing you the Hometown Parade live. And we're, as you can tell, we're looking at the motorcycle group. I'm Jim Hepburn.
And I'm Sue Heaton. Good to be with you again this year, Jim.
And I'm enjoying it as well. We looked at the police motorcycle division to start this parade. And they're from the section, the traffic section of the Elk Grove Police Department. And the department has 4 motorcycle officers. Each officer receives a minimum of 2 weeks specialized training in the operation of police motorcycles. Here are Officers Schumacher and Gortaro.
And next we have the fire department. Here's engine number 112 from Station 7. It is a 2008 Pierce Quantum pumper. It is staffed with paramedics and is capable of pumping 1,500 gallons per minute.
And it's got a loud horn.
Oh, yeah. This engine also carries foam for flammable liquid fires and extrication equipment. Good to have them on board.
And I believe number 7 is our second vehicle in every parade for the last number of years, and that is a huge vehicle.
So, Jim, it's a great day here in Elk Grove for a parade,
and it wasn't that promising this morning.
I know,
it was
turned
raining.
out beautiful.
And the camera person is taking a picture of the routing section for the Grand Marshal, and it was Don Kirsten, and those are all his children and grandchildren. So, and we'll tell you a little bit more about Don as his float approaches our stand here.
He's been an active member in our community
for
years.
Oh my goodness, he sure has. We're located at the intersection by Grove Junior High, across the street from QR. And we're set up on a card table here in the parkway, right next to the street. The reviewing stand is just exactly across the street. And as Sue had mentioned, we have a perfect day. Not too hot, not too cool, and this wind's not blowing our paperwork around, so we're fortunate.
You know, Jim, I pulled out some pictures that I have from a parade back in the early 80s when the parade used to be held down Bysterfield and Arlington Heights Road.
Oh, yes, yeah. I remember.
If I showed you one of these pictures with the price of gasoline at the corner station, can you see what that was back then?
Well, my eyes aren't what they should be.
That's $1.23 per gallon.
Back in what year?
Early 80s, to be sure.
I'll be darned.
Can you imagine?
Look at the crowd following that Cadillac, or was that a Mercury?
That's Ray Myers.
That's Coach Myers.
That's way back then, but yet there are some entries that we'll see again today. The Shriners.
Oh yes, they're here every year.
Showing up, yeah.
And they do wonders in raising funds for the Black Horse Troop.
Right. I think these pictures should go on our historical society.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, but I found these seemed appropriate to bring them along today.
Oh, I should say. Now that's back when we shut down the entrance to the village.
Sure.
Almost.
Were you narrating the parade back then, Jim?
No, I wasn't. No, we didn't have.
I bet you were down there, though, to watch it.
At that point, I'm not sure we had Channel 6. It was just prior to it, as I recall, because the first parade we did was, it wasn't a peony pageant, but it was no longer on Arlington Heights Road or Beesterfield Road. But it's we've done a lot of them, Sue.
Well, I tell you what, Jim, since we have a little lull in the action here, I've got a little trivia question for you.
All right.
Found a little note here. I'm going to see if you know the answer to this. Back when Elk Grove Village was so small, do you have any idea how many acres we were at that time?
I believe the village bought, the first parcel they bought was 1,000 acres.
Yeah, my notes say we're around 1,500. You want to guess how many acres Elk Grove Village has grown to from 1,500?
Oh, near 15,000, I'm going to
well,
guess.
I have 7,000. That's still quite an increase.
It isn't, not sure.
Yeah,
15 would take us, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it is noted to be among one of the most safest villages to live in.
Lowest tax rate.
Yeah, low tax rate.
Great
we all
schools.
love that. Yeah, it's voted one of the 50 fabulous places to raise a family, and I think you and I would both agree with that.
And all 3 of my children.
You're a long-time resident.
Bought homes in Elk Grove when they moved out of our home.
I see a marching parade coming down the street.
Oh, I sure do too. Now
I'm wondering, are they still with the fire department? Or is this the honor
the honor
guard?
guard might
Honor
be.
guard.
Yes, it
Police
is.
department honor guard.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, that's the Elk Grove Village Police Department Honor Guard, led by Sergeant Tim Kleinfeld, and consists of officers from every division of the department. These gentlemen are utilized during special functions, ceremonies, as well as funerals. Along with Sergeant Kleinfeld are officers Perkin, O'Neill, and Coos.
And we're fortunate enough to get the siren on every vehicle that comes by. And they look spiffy, if I can use that word, in their uniforms.
Would this be Deputy Chief of Police?
That, I am sure, might be who that is.
John Nowacki.
And
one of our 2 deputy chiefs, and is in charge of Field Services Division. Deputy Chief Nowacki has been with the department for 27 years and has been deputy chief since 2011. Canines.
And Waco, I believe, is the Vasco.
Vasco.
And K9 officer Rick Myers. Officer Myers and Vasco have been teamed together since 2005. Vasco is one of 2 canines the police department has, and both are dual purpose. And they're Belgian Malinois, trained in narcotics detection and handler protection. Now we're picking up a Elk Grove Village banner.
Yeah, they're next.
And these 2 tall young men are Brian and Corey Evac.
Now, are they related to someone special?
They are related. Their grandpa is the Grand Marshal.
Wow, how
And
proud.
and everybody across the street, I don't know if that's on camera or not, but there's 30 some of them, and one of them's running out to give a hug or a glass of water or something.
All proud.
All proud. And that again, that's Brian and Corey Evac. And both of those young men are fine athletes. And they're very, very proud of their grandpa.
Who we honor today.
And Sue,
he's coming
tell
up
us a little
next.
about it.
Well, the Grand Marshal this year is, as Jim just said, Don Kirsten. And Don's dedication to the community provides a wonderful example of giving back to the community of Elk Grove. Don moved into Elk Grove in 1959 and worked as a milk and ice cream delivery man for 42 years. Did he deliver milk to you, Jim?
He sure did. And also,
Those were the
anytime we had
days.
a party, he would come over and bring ice cream or chocolate milk for the kids.
Don has always been known as someone willing to extend a hand and help many others. He's shared his plants and produce with many. He's donated his time volunteering, helping in the food pantry. He even played Santa Claus for 52 years.
And with him is his wife of 51 years,
Look
Irma.
At that. Hey, Irma. Hi, Don.
And he's a veteran of the Korean War.
How wonderful. He deserves that honor.
10 months in combat. There could not have been a better selection.
Jim, do you know anything about the process that chooses the Grand Marshal each year?
Well, I can tell you what they did in my case. I got a call from Nancy. Actually, Nancy came over to the house and I wasn't home. And when I got home, Marie said, you're supposed to go over to Nancy and Frank's house. So I went over and she said, the committee has selected you to be Grand Marshal. And that's such a great honor.
After your wife picked you up off the floor?
It was totally unexpected, humbling, and just extreme honor.
So you understand how Don's feeling today. Yeah.
And I sent out, I'll bet, 200 emails to team members. He's one of the original, back in 1997, that plays on the oldies but goodies softball. So hopefully along the way he has seen teammates.
Well, not quite as famous as Don is our next rider. Do you recognize that man, Jim? The one throwing out all the candy.
It's either fireworks or candy, so it has to be Greg Johnson.
It's Greg Johnson.
Mayor Greg B. Johnson and his family.
Ah, they're all there.
He's been mayor of Elk Grove Village since May of 1997.
That's a long run.
He's also a member of the Northern Cook County Solid Waste Agency, Joint Action Water Agency Board, U.S. Conference of Mayors, and Vice Chairman of the Suburban O'Hare Commission. He and his wife Lori have 4 children, TR, Craig Jr., Michelle, and Megan.
Elk Grove Village trustees, here they come. Nancy Zarnak, Pat Feichter, Jeff Franke, Sam Lissner, Chris Prochnow. Oh! What we got next here?
Boy, the U.S. Navy Band of Great Lakes celebrating 100 years of pride of service. Their first performance in July 1911, Lieutenant Commander John Philip Souza. It was a 300-piece Blue Jacket band.
And before they get past us, Girl Scouts of Greater Northwest Indiana, the unit is number 406.
And look at this little one.
Look at this one on the skates.
Isn't that cute? Oh, boy.
The Girl Scouts from Elk Grove Village, Hanover Park, Hoffman Estates, and Schaumburg. Part of the largest girls serving organization in the United States and a member of the World Association of Girl Guides.
And
Girl Scouts.
What do we have here? Number 16, the Cub Scout Pack 190.
It's Christmas. It's snowing.
Christmas in June. Well, that's only 6 months away.
Yeah, what a fun
And look
float.
at that. Isn't that a great idea?
That is excellent.
Christmas trees. The Klondike Derby.
Wow, I'm cool already. How fun. Here, Jim, did you get some of that candy they were throwing?
I got hit by a couple.
Here come the Elk Grove High School co-ed and JV cheerleaders. They are coached by Danielle D'Amato, Angela Kumler, and Laura Weinman. I think they're going to stop and perform. I hope they do.
Yes, I do
Okay, this
too.
is where I usually have to close my eyes when they throw them in the air. Oh.
Well,
It is
they may be
breathtaking.
too young. Do they throw these in the air? I know
Oh.
the high school do. Oh, this is high school, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
There, how many of them there? My goodness.
Grand Nation. Always feels like a parade when we have the
When you have
bands.
band, and that Great
Yeah.
Lakes band is absolutely
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. And look at the little guy on a
Oh.
tricycle, or
But here's
what do you
another
call
great
those?
band coming up, Jim.
Elk Grove High School marching band. They continue to grow. They were just in January. They played at the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, and they represented Elk Grove Village.
Well, there's a memory for those kids.
Oh my goodness, I'll say.
Let's give a listen.
not like marching bands.
It's what parades are meant to be. Good job.
Up next is the Cub Scout Pack 495. Scouting creates a fun program, and they promote character development, citizenship training, and mental and physical fitness for every scout.
Now, if we smile, they might just give us some. What do you think?
Well, let's give it a try. And it represents.
Hey, over here.
Oh, look at that! Basketball, soccer, football, baseball. It represents multi-sports, including those I mentioned.
Catch. Here they come.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my
What did I
goodness.
tell you earlier?
Look at this.
I think they're here every year, Shriners.
Tabala Air Squadron. Tell us about it, Sue.
Well, they're miniature F-16 fighter plane replicas molded in fiberglass and mounted on 3-wheeled ATVs. Painted with the same color scheme as the famed U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. They're custom built by members of the Tabala Shrine Air Squadron for the purpose of raising money for Shriners Hospitals for Children. Its purpose is to provide transportation for burn victims to the Shriners Burn Center in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I think they're here every year, Jim.
And they're good. I've forgotten how many parades they do every year, but they raise a lot of money for a great purpose.
And admit it, these guys are having so much fun.
Yes, and they almost took the headset off of Debbie there with one of the wings.
Oh, here comes a familiar figure following the Shriners. We have Ronald
Who
McDonald.
might that be?
Everybody knows Ronald.
And the charity themselves say we owe our continued success to the tireless work of volunteers and the countless contributions from our donors. Because of the public and their contribution, they are helping improve lives of children and their families for the past 39 years. There he is, right coming out of the top of a boot.
For some reason, I just got a taste for French fries.
Yes, I remember when my kids went to school here, they had McDonald University here in Elk Grove, and they always had a field trip over to the McDonald University, and they'd show the kids how they put the whole Idaho potatoes in a grinder, and it would take the skin off, except of course where there were little eyes.
Oh, sure.
And part of the skin was left on, and they explained to the kids that that was for flavor. And everybody grew up having to have McDonald's French fries.
I'm sure they're on the food pyramid, right? French fries?
If they're not,
they're
we ought to rewrite it.
Okay. Well, here comes a float with some people I know. Elk Grove Park District. Jim, I think I've seen you over there at 1 or 2 Park District functions.
Well, as I remember, my last meeting, I think was my 552nd meeting in the period I served on their board.
I'll tell you what, we do have one of the finest park districts in the community.
Yeah, you're quite familiar with them also, aren't you?
It's okay if I say that?
Absolutely, and I second it.
Oh, there they are. Elk Grove representing the importance of youth sports here in Elk Grove with our local park district.
And there's Steve Brotman on the front. And Mike Brotman, I should say. He was served internship when I was on the board.
Ah,
you got one. You got one.
Caught one.
Oh, what do we have here?
Oh, are we already at the Racine Kilties Drum and Bugle Corps? Look at them.
And that's a big unit.
Hey, they came a distance, Jim.
Yes, they did. I saw that they had 3 great big Greyhound buses. And they're from Racine, Wisconsin.
I think they win best costume.
And I wonder what it takes to have those guys wear kilts.
Well, they range in age from 18 to 65, and they appear in over 25 field shows, parades, and concerts during the season. Directed by Scott Stewart, and drum major is Kaylee Singer. The Kilties hope that you enjoy their performance as much as they enjoy presenting it to you.
And we should have some excellent camera shots here. We got one up in the sky in the bucket, and we have another camera at ground level right here in front of us. And once again, we're located at the entrance to Grove Junior High, across the street from QR, right at that intersection where it turns into Kennedy Boulevard. They are good.
Love it.
Very, very good.
Were you ever a Boy Scout? Jim?
They Troop 95, would that be?
Yeah. I was just wondering if you yourself were ever a Boy Scout.
No, my children were, my boys were, but
Good.
I was not.
So
It was that was $1 that you couldn't afford back then. It was during the Depression.
Well, here comes our Boy Scout Troop 95, sponsored by Christus Victor Lutheran Church, led by Scoutmaster Neil Doroff and Senior Patrol Leader Peter Bartz.
And they had this big, a balloon-type soccer ball.
Because this is sports on the Boulevard.
Right.
That's the theme today.
And the kids are having a ball.
Oh, good play on words, Jim.
Rum-pum.
That's a clever float.
Yes, it is.
Watch out, it's coming our way, Jim.
Oh, well. I know you would have handled it, Sue.
Yeah. Volleyball. Jim, I'm seeing a lot of Blackhawk shirts here today.
I wonder why.
We might remind the viewers the day of this parade.
Well, tonight it's 7 o'clock, and it's approaching that very rapidly. Maybe in about another 36 minutes.
Remember the year we had the cup here during the parade?
2 years
Whoa,
ago.
boy.
In 2010, I think it was. You had the Stanley Cup right here, and because we were on the air at the time, I never did get a picture taken with it. But it's 3 more games, and
then we'll do this parade again because we'll have the cup, right?
We'll have it for a year. Yes, yes. And what do we have here?
Well, Medina again, the Oriental Band. The oldest Oriental band in all of Shrindom, celebrating its 114th birthday. It's under the direction of Howard Geeson and reminds us of the Shriners Hospitals for Children. Great organization. Again, they're having a good time.
They are, and there are every year so many floats, and we're so grateful to have them.
Good for them.
And wonder what these 2 little people are doing out here.
They look funny.
They're funny little people, and they've been entertaining audiences in Chicago as well as nationally since 1979. As a matter of fact, you may have seen them in 2011 on America's Got Talent. And they made it all the way to the top 36X. Call them over and I'll bet they'll be happy to have a picture taken with you.
And the funny little people have funny little cars.
No matter where you see them, they're always gracious. So if you're at an event and they're there, they'll be happy to have their picture taken with you.
Well, now the Girl Scouts proudly walk down the boulevard from Rupley School, ranging in age from kindergarten through 5th grade. They teach work, leadership, and self-esteem awareness. And the Scouts love to go on outings and try new things. Following the Girl Scouts, who's up next, Jim?
Well, I think
now we got the Cubbies.
We have another Cub Scout, and that would be pack 958. And they are boys from Rupley and Ridge schools in the 1st through the 5th grade. And they indicate that they like to learn new things and go places and give back to the community.
Guys, we're having a good time.
And I don't know, are my eyes deceiving me, or are there 2 horses coming down the street? I know the Preakness is over and the Belmont's over. I think they may be the ones I bet on. They're just coming in now.
Beautiful animals. Little Boots Foundation. That event again will be held June 22nd and 23rd at the corner of Devon and Arlington Heights Road here in Elk Grove Village. It's very popular. Little Boots. And along the parade route today, we have someone from the new Dolphin Swim Club here in Elk Grove Village.
And who might that be?
Christine?
Yeah.
Hey, Christine. Now, your last name, Bedier?
Bedier.
Bedier. Hey, welcome to the parade. Tell us something about the Dolphin Swim Club. I know it's brand new, just opened.
We've actually been a company for over 20 years. Teaching year-round.
Is it on? Is it on?
What a great idea.
No, is the mic on? Yeah.
How popular. And how many,
That's better.
All right,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna have to start over here.
oh, well, let's try that all over again.
My thumb got in the way.
We want to introduce one of our sponsors from the Dolphin Swim Club here in Elk Grove Village. Her name is Christine Bedier. I'll get it right on the 3rd time. And you're here to tell us something about this new place to learn how to swim. Is it just for small children?
No, we actually do all ages. So we've been teaching year-round swimming lessons for over 20 years. As a company, we started out in Rockford, and now we have our 2 locations here that just opened.
Yeah, where are you at? So people can.
We're at Beesterfield, right by the Steak and Shake.
Oh,
And we're going to pause here for
Just
a
for a
minute. Don't
moment.
go away. The new generation fancy drill team. They were established in the year 2000 as an opportunity to provide non-traditional recreational physical fitness, educational and cultural enrichment exercise for public housing and inner city youth from 5 high-risk communities. Since their inception, they have traveled across the United States and have received many awards.
We're gonna have to use these.
I think some of those orange tassels on the ankles would go good on our over 70 softball team.
Can you move? Yeah. Can you move like that?
I don't think I ever could. Unless there was a big dog chasing me.
From the top? Christine.
Yes.
The deer. Getting closer?
Yeah.
Once again, we welcome you from the Dolphin Swim Club. You are one of our sponsors here for the parade today. You are brand new to Elk Grove Village.
Yes.
Tell us about the Dolphin Swim Club.
Great. So we teach swim lessons year-round. We have an indoor pool.
Woo!
We teach in warm water with small classes, and we teach all ages. So we actually start at 3 months old, and we go all the way up to adults.
Great. So anyone wanting to swim,
Sorry?
anyone who wants to learn how to swim, head over to the corner of Beecham and
Biesterfield. Yep.
Thank you for being one of our sponsors.
You're very welcome. We're excited to be here.
Are you having a good time?
Oh yeah. Everybody is very excited to be in the parade today.
Well,
You
we're
didn't
glad
get
to
hit by
have you.
any candy, did you?
Oh, we do.
I
Wait,
mean, did you get
we'll
hit by
come
some
up
of
for it.
those? It's sorry it had to be so
Wow.
broken up like this, but you can see
Aw.
when there's a gap, then we can fill. But anything else you'd like to tell us?
Well, no, just that we're new to the area, and we'd love, to teach everybody that we can how to swim. We're all about water safety. We're all about, just trying to prevent more, drowning incidents and getting everybody,
Yeah.
understanding about how much fun learning to swim can be, and the real importance of learning how to swim. So like I said, we do all ages, and we do offer everybody a free trial lesson just if they want to come check us out.
And
if they're-
I was just going to ask, what are your hours? Are you a 7-day-a-week
We do have 7 days a week, but our lessons are just Monday through Saturday, and then over the weekend we do birthday parties.
There go the clowns.
And if somebody is interested, how might they get a hold of you?
They
Your
can
organization.
What's that?
Your organization. How?
Yes. The best way is probably go to dolphinswimclub.com. Or our phone number here in town is 630-283-0136.
Very good. Thank you much for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you. Thanks, Christine,
Thank you.
for being here.
Enjoy the parade.
Hey, Jim, can I introduce these people here? I
Go right ahead.
know them. This is Dave, Simmons, and Nancy. And who's this on? And these are all part of our newest, and here comes Lee. Our friends of cycling. Oh, there goes Lee. They are here to promote, what's your mission, Lee? To promote, support, and improve cycling in Elk Grove Village. Bicycling is good for your health. It's one of the best things we can do. It's good for the environment. Everybody, get out of your cars and ride a bike.
Our big goal is to develop a bike and pedestrian plan.
Oh, and they hope to develop a bike and pedestrian path here throughout Elk Grove. Good to see you, Lee. They work along with Mayor Johnson, the village, and the Park District to promote safe biking in Elk Grove Village.
And I believe we had one sneak by. It was the Medina Clown Unit.
I know, and they were
for the
so
hospital
cool.
burn units. And their little peddler was Mo, and he has been leading that unit since 1963. And their motto is, "We walk miles of smiles for the children." And look
see
at
a
all those
lion.
motorcycles lined up over there. And Rich is doing a good job keeping them.
Medina. This is Medina Motor Corps under the leadership of Commander Donald Chaffee. I think they kind of got in front of the Lions Club here.
Yeah, of course, when you're on
That's
a
all right.
motorcycle, you can
They
squirt
rule.
in and
That's right.
around all over
Wherever
the place.
they want to go.
And what do we have in this float? It looks like a big boat.
Oh boy,
Look, oh,
hand
thank
delivery
you.
here. The Lions are the Knights of the Blind and Hearing Impaired, the oldest service club in the village and are the longest service organization in the world, being in some 206 countries around the world. Their motto is, we serve, and we thank you for serving.
And look at that big fishing pole hanging out there in front of the bow of the boat.
People put a lot of work in these floats. Oh,
Thank
hand
you.
delivery.
Boy,
We must rate.
look like we have a sweet tooth, huh?
Well, the Elk Grove Village Library is coming.
And I'm sure everybody is familiar with them, but they're inviting you to participate in their summer reading program. Read and win prizes. Be sure to stop in on Sunday, July 21st for their annual ice cream social, and there'll be live music.
You know what, Jim, I have to say, I like a book instead of these electronic. I like a book where you can, well, I'm talking to an author. You've written books. I like a book where you can still mark it and I
Can't
don't
wait
know,
to
it's
turn
more
the page.
personal. Yeah, I know. It's from the days past, but I like a book.
I'm there about, my wife reads at least 2 or 3 books a week.
Excellent.
And we're there often. And they have a great selection. And fortunately,
Get
they
hooked on
have my
books.
books there.
Yeah, you're quite the author. You've done 2? Are you working on 3?
I'm working on, for the last 2.5 years, on the 3rd one.
I'd ask you what you do in your spare time, Jim, but I don't think you have any.
Well, I stumble around on the ball field and a couple of things. And what do we have? This is Community Character Coalition. Is that what we have here? Get hooked on books. That's still part of the library. Okay. And there's.
I was thinking Mayor Johnson must be running for office. He's over there kissing a baby. Isn't that what you do when you're running for office? Look at him hugging and kissing babies.
I wonder if it's Don Kirsten's great-grandchild.
Probably.
About 3 months old.
Community Character Coalition of Elk Grove, recognizing and promoting good character values based on the 6 pillars of character counts: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility and candy, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Thank you, and even we get pencils.
Look at that little guy trying to throw some candy and he fell down.
Well, his name is Skates, but he's walking. Who's that? Well, it's all about hockey these days.
That would be who?
There he is, making
Wolves
faces
mascot.
at Debbie.
During the Wolves games, Skates, which is his nickname, loves to high-five fans and sign autographs and throw T-shirts. And he gets involved in all kinds of promotions. He especially loves dancing in the aisles to the Cotton-Eyed Joe. Occasionally, you can even catch Skates firing off a few shots at a slapshot cage. In addition to Wolves home games, he appears wherever he is invited. So if you see him, get out, shake his hand, and ask him for a picture.
Look at these girls, the all-star cheerleading, Elk Grove Starfire.
My
You know,
goodness,
cheerleading
look
is
how
also a
tiny they are.
sport. Competitive cheerleading. They jump, flip, twist, perform as we just have seen. Starfire Elite Girls. Excellent.
Well, you look at this.
Whoa. Whoa. Look at that.
The Knights of Columbus and this Albert Cardinal Meyer, Council. Oh, this is Wacky Wheeler. I missed
yeah,
it once.
I'm thinking
Yes.
That must, because he
fits
is
right
acting
in.
wacky.
Yeah, boy. Melvin, the world's only Wacky Wheeler, is pleased to be gracing you today with his undeniably zany antics and his one-of-a-kind super loop. And it's called a super loop of destiny.
Wow. Here's the Knights of Columbus. Thank you.
And is that Council 5751?
Yes.
And I believe they were established in 1965. And they are also part of the International Knights of Columbus. And currently the Knights are one of the largest partners of Special Olympics with their winter and summer games. They provide boys and girls ages 10 to 14 the chance to participate in the annual free throw contest. And there are several of our senior groups that volunteer in many of the Special Olympic
And that's
activities.
what this parade is about. Sports, and Special Olympics is part of our sports.
Matter of fact, earlier this month at Elk Grove Bowl, they hosted Special Olympic bowling.
Excellent. Those were the Medina flying carpets that just flew by.
And they really did fly by. Tell us about them.
Well, the flying carpets have been entertaining parade crowds for over 40 years, and they're led by Grand Caliph, and they are one of Medina's premier parade groups.
Followed by Queen of the Rosary Sport Leagues, and they're represented by football, cheerleading, volleyball, basketball, cross country, and softball. And the school offers competitive sports for students in grades 5th through the 8th.
Right across from their school here.
I hadn't thought of that, yes.
Mm-hmm. Got another trivia for you, Jim.
All right, fire away.
Yeah, you know, Elk
The
Grove
answer is 14.
You know, Elk Grove is known for its business park. In 1962, there were only about 90 companies open for business. Take a guess how many companies are now scattered throughout Elk Grove from 90 in 1962.
Going to round figures, 3,500.
Oh, you're good. 3,600.
36?
How about that for a business park?
That's great, because that's why we're one of the lowest tax.
And let me tell you,
in the
Jim, I was just
suburbs.
looking and recently bought a home, and that makes a big difference when you're over here in Elk
Oh,
Grove.
it sure does.
Yeah, who's coming up next?
I believe that's the Pioneer Drum and Bugle Corps, along with the Color Guard. And they're also known as the Irish Corps of Milwaukee,
And
Wisconsin.
they look Irish.
They have been in existence for over 50 years and boast 110 members ranging in age from 14 to 22. And the members come from as far away as Japan, South Africa, Holland, and Canada. Their summer tour takes them across the country from California to Virginia. The core motto is better every day.
Wow. They walk on their heels.
They all got the same kind of shoes on, too.
Yeah.
guy with the cymbals right here next to us after marching for an hour and a half can hear anything at the end of the parade.
Oh.
And now we some little tykes coming up.
Oh, Clearmont Girl Scouts, where 1 out of every 3 girls participates in scoutings. They do service projects such as packing food and presents for the kids in the third world countries. Isn't that wonderful? And they make cards for veterans. They go caroling. They help the seniors. Congratulations, Girl Scouts of Clearmont School.
And that looks like a replica of the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. I think they know something.
And I'm trying to catch the number that they are taking out of the window. And that's part of the Girl Scouts.
That's gonna win tonight.
Oh, here's some motorized coolers. And wouldn't you know,
I wish they'd throw one of those cold water bottles over here.
Yeah. The Cruisin' Coolers, and they're driven by members of the DuPage Shriners Club from the Medina Shrine Center in Addison, Illinois. All members of the club are also members of
Oh yeah, you can.
Always of the Medina Shrine and Masonic Lodge in northeastern Illinois. They're always looking for additional members and meet the first Monday of every month at the Shrine Center. They cruise so that children can walk.
Boy, we hope these organizations continue that, you know, young people continue to volunteer to work with places as great as Shriners.
They are a great organization.
Got another mascot coming now. This one's from Schaumburg. You like baseball, Jim? I know you do.
Yes, I do.
Schaumburg Boomers, Chicagoland's newest minor league baseball team. Dedicated to bringing the highest level of family-friendly and affordable summertime entertainment. We try to make it out there at least once a year.
Yeah, we do too.
I mean, it's so reasonably priced. It's
free
such
parking.
A good time. Free parking close by. Yay, Boomers!
And free parking. Come on up.
Oh, and we get schedules.
Oh, we have schedules. Isn't that great? And just as I said, the Boomers, the baseball rolled over in front of me here.
I'm going to jump ahead here.
Yeah, somebody's either out of line or... But at any rate, the next one up is Dance for Me.
Yeah.
And they're a performing arts center, and they have dance lessons in ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, and modern. And the center also includes music lessons, musical theater, and a performing dance company.
So after you go over to the Dolphin Club and learn how to swim, you get on over to Dance for Me and learn how to dance.
And when you master that, you do both at one time in the water.
Dancing in water. Looks like they're having fun. Must be their teachers coming up behind her. Speaking of Dolphin Swim Club, here they come. Once again, it is the premier swim club offering year-round indoor lessons for infants, children, and adults. Just opened. It's in the strip mall at the corner of Meacham and Bysterfield. You can't miss it. That little car with the dolphins sits there. You can find it there. They believe in safety, confidence, self-esteem, and that learning to swim is a life skill. Sure is. They also have prenatal water exercise classes.
And how long has that been available?
I think they just opened about a week ago.
And there's a young lady who was interviewed here.
Yeah, there
I'm
she
good
is.
she chose not to squirt us. Well,
get
I
a little
see a
score
bunch
gun.
of blue shirts coming down. I wonder who they are.
Representing one of our many churches here in Elk Grove Village. It's the Elk Grove Presbyterian Church. Celebrating a special anniversary, 50 years.
50 years in Elk Grove Village. And Sue, come August 6th, it'll be 54 years for me in good old Elk Grove Village.
Wow.
And there's a little guy oblivious to everything and is being pulled in a wagon. Just interested in the candy he was able to pick up.
I can't brag that I've lived here longer than you. I think we've only lived here 38 years.
Well, Don Kirsten also moved in
Oh.
1959, so he will be here 54 years. About July, I think, Maple Cart opened up.
There were only about 116 original residents when the community was founded. There's now over 35,000 people who call Elk Grove Village home.
Well, it's a great place to live. I've never been sorry. It was the
Has
first
everything.
suburb we looked at and the last.
Really?
We looked at several different suburbs, and it just this won out over all of them. And I didn't know anybody out here. It was, and I remember my folks thought I was moving to another country. It was so far out in the boonies. But there was no post office.
Wow.
Arlington Heights Road was called State Road. It was a 2-lane highway.
You mean there was no pavilion?
No pavilion, no park district.
Gee, you were really taking a chance, weren't you? Look at this
Well,
old picture I have, Jim.
Looks like the same
group
group coming right now.
I think so.
And who might they be, Sue?
Medina Highlanders, an official marching unit since 1970. The first chief and pipe major was Judge Harry D. Strauss. They wear the ancient Macmillan clan tartan, which has the shrine colors of red, green, and yellow. They play for ceremonies, certainly parades, competitions, and weddings. They've won first place in the first sanctioned Imperial Pipe Band competition. They even played for the arrival of Britain's Prince Charles. Pretty impressive.
I should say so. And I'm going to pay particular attention to this next float because I believe there's going to be a young lady about 5 years old. That's the granddaughter of a man that announced on Channel 6 for about 17 years.
And that is?
And if this is the correct float, if I'm correct, her name will be Ella Gans, G-A-N-S. And she was so happy to be able to be here. Her grandpa was telling me. And well, there's some little ones in there, all right.
From St. Nicholas Episcopal Church.
Let me see if I can pick her out.
This church was founded in 1959 and is celebrating its 50th anniversary also.
Well, I see one little one. There she is.
St. Nicholas Episcopal
There
Church.
she's waving back at it. Hi, Ella.
They host a community food pantry 3 times a month and provide a meeting location for multiple support groups. Glad to have them here today. Oh, here comes this car once again. He's here every year. Shall we hop in, take a ride?
It's a fun looking car. And
Don't you just think it's going to take off and fly?
And you know, it had the capability of going up to pretty high speeds. And it was the vehicle, not this particular vehicle, but it was the model that was featured in the Back to the Future, and it's a 1981 DeLorean owned by Bridget and Ralph Sandstrom, and they are living here in Elk Grove Village. This vehicle was the 1,106th vehicle to roll off the line on the assembly line in Belfast, Ireland, and there was a total of approximately 8,500 made worldwide. This vehicle contains the owner and his grandchildren, whom I don't see at the moment, but their names are Erica and Jamie McCormick.
But Jim, where's the flux capacitor?
And for those of you who aren't old enough or haven't seen this in Back to the Future, ask your parents or your grandparents what a flux capacitor is.
More clowns. Chuckaroo and the fabulous memories rocking and rolling down the road.
I always wanted red hair.
I think you should get your face
Oh boy, they
painted.
got orange hair, purple hair. Oh, white, I forgot that.
Good.
Oh my goodness
How does
gracious,
he do
right
that?
over there. Who is this? It
How in
has
the
to
world
be a
does he do that?
professional stilt walker. And they're
I
outgoing
can-
promoters
whoa.
of both events.
He shows no fear at all.
The
How does he
interactive
do
characters, they attract attention with high impact personalities and whimsical wit. He's looking at the roof, over the roof. And our stilters of this group, the
How does he
Skeleton
do
Crew,
that?
offer specialty costumes so they can enhance the thematic presence of any event.
Well, Jim, you know you're at the end of the parade when you see the Public Works sweeper.
And before that, it's the Suburban Towing and Recovery Incorporated, Elk Grove's hometown towing company.
You mean it's over?
That's always kind of disappointing, isn't it?
Aw.
And the
Hey, it
street
was fun.
sweeper closing out the parade as usual every year. That's the last vehicle in the parade. And I wonder if he gets as much cheering along the route as the rest of it. But I do see he's got a lot of candy stuck in the tread of his vehicle. So they're doing a good job.
Yeah, but look at all the kids trailing behind, still trying to pick it up off the street there. Hey, good job.
And well, now the street's opening up for a little bit, so you can walk down and get yourself out of here. And we're
have a
going to
good
need a
time?
bucket to take this home. We have enough candy on the table here. But it's been our pleasure. I'm Jim Heffern again, and Sue Keaton.
Yeah, glad to be here,
I
Jim.
don't know what number of parades this is that we've done, Sue, but we've had it, and we enjoyed ourselves, and I hope you and our viewing audience have as well. So for Channel 6 and its
We hope
entire
to see
staff,
everybody again next year.
we'll look for you next year.
Bye, everybody.